Hi Virgo, this is welcome to my channel. This is a psychic and tarot reading for Virgos. And before I start, I had a little vision that I would like to share with you. Uh, when I saw meditated for the Virgo collective, what I found was I saw a person in like a miner's tunnel on a wagon on a rail moving up and down a very dark tunnel. And at some point during their ride up and down this wagon in the tunnel, they find a spot that seems to open on to the ceiling, and there seems to be a very bright light shining from there. And what the person in that wagon wants to do, because they're so used to going up and down, is to be able to find a way where they can stop at that spot and actually appreciate the light. They want to be in that light. Over a period of time, this person in that wagon thinks about some ideas and figures out how he can collect some stones and rubber to stop the wagon under this light and build a kind of stairwell right up to that surface where the light is coming from. And as soon as they do that, they are able to get out of that dark tunnel and not be on that channel anymore and go into what seems to be a very happy and brightly lit street. And once they reach there, they feel that there are no rules. They could roam around freely as opposed to being on a particular channel on which the wagon was in the tunnel that they were working in. And the next image is as if someone's changed a frequency on an old radio, and now from something like mundane, it's moved to a music channel, and the people who got out, or the person who got out of the tunnel, is now not only able to enjoy the new frequency of music, the frequency also gives them an option to dance. So this is a really sweet image. Let's see what the cards have to support us or give us more information on what the tunnel is and where they are going. It's time for you to be free. You can do what new things you want to do. That's what that's what was coming to me. It's like something is fundamentally changing. So let's see what the cards are. What is this? Seven of Swords. There are too many cards upside down. This is like a whole upside down reading. I'm going to turn them up. Can't have an all upside down reading. That's it. And what's the card at the bottom? Is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups, indicative of where our reading is today, is that the person has sowed some kind of seed, has made some kind of investment in something, and is now very patiently waiting for their harvest to reap. And they've done their work, and they're looking at what where their harvest is and how much progress they have made. The center of your card reading here is the High Priestess. Let me just go through the cards. I was told by someone they wanted me to read the cards. They couldn't make out. This is the Two of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the King of Cups, the High Priestess, Three of Cups, the Star card, Six of Swords, and the Knight of Coins. So what I'm getting in this reading is that the person, it links directly to the story, and the person in the middle is the High Priestess, and there seems to be something that is a connection, as if you are reaching a place of like a highly spiritual place where you can see that there is a connection and a very strong kind of intuition or connection that you are getting from like another dimension, or you are moving in a higher spiritual realm, and that could be part of the frequency change for you Virgos, where it's a call to deal with whatever is happening in your life in a more spiritual way. To start off with, the Two of Swords is a card which is talking about there seems to be some kind of indecision. There is a decision to be made, but you are not in a place where you are able to make this decision. It also looks like there seem to be people who are of a similar, uh, at a similar place, or there has been some fight, and maybe the fight was about some of the things that you were doing or the way in which you were seeing the world around you. But what it looks like is that you have now found what you need in terms of the wisdom to be able to take you forward, and you're not going to be stuck in what would be like an internal fight of any kind. But something new has been revealed, and from what it seems, there seems to be something new that will be revealed through like the different kinds of seeds that hold potential of wisdom in the pomegranate held by the high priestess. And I think that there seems to be some kind of celebration that is due. And if you see again here, there is some indication of something to do with music, and like as if like from a place like where the water is, you rise up and you will see that there is some connection to something musical. So if anybody here is involved with music, listens to music, is planning to start anything to do with music, or is going to probably find some kind of maybe even start with music, I think this is a time for you to probably go ahead and try things that you probably wouldn't have felt were linearly aligned with you before. But now it looks like it's a time when you can suddenly be like discovered or suddenly be seen, and maybe the things that you have will go over some kinds of radio waves. So maybe you need to go and work or release something to a music channel. Now right next to the high priestess is a king of cups. This is a card of a person who is uh, a very loving, masculine energy, but also masculine energy that is very indulgent and very giving. And very often also can be, I see traits here of someone being like a Cancerian, Pisces, or Scorpio. But in this, it looks more to me, it gives me in this particular deck, it gives me the impression of someone who's more Cancerian, and has not only a very good, probably, relationship with their mother, but also has the desire to be around looking after children. So, this is definitely something that I see in the cards here. There is a chance of being able to move away through the intuition you have and the frequency that will rise, or there's something that's changing for the better. There seems to be a place. This looks like as if these people could be like underground somewhere. If you look at the card closely, they all have fire in their wands and they're fighting, but it looks like there seems to be some kind of discord, but there seems to be wisdom that has come with it. There's an owl right here, which seems like there is definitely something which has got to do with like understanding wisdom and the scroll, which will take you maybe away from uh, the stress that was surrounding a particular situation, or you that you were surrounded with in the past, and you are now going to be moving very wisely to a place where you will be moving to much calmer waters. The other card that I see here is the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is definitely something, and it could definitely have something to do with the music, is that there is a offer that can be made, but it is an offer that either comes from someone who's going to take their time in having you see any kind of results, or that someone may offer you something to do with something in terms of like a financial investment if you're looking for it for music, but there seems to be some assistance that comes to you financially. There is also another card here which I'm more concerned about, like the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords for me, I find it to be like an energy where there may be things, some kind of deception where you may have thought that you would be able to think your or smart your way out of it, but this is the time when those swords can become like more harmful to you, because I think that you, if there are two different things that you are working on, which is indicated here, there seems to be something that you may find that you will have, it's a tricky situation, and you may tend to lose both the things that you were trying to in some way manage through some kind of manipulation or deception. And this card here, the Two of Swords, has a individual figure wearing the sign of Libra right here, and we are coming up in a couple of days to the full moon in Libra, and I think this is indicative of something that can be revealed there. There's maybe this information will come through some kind of a message, or there's something where you seem to have found yourself like also in a corner where you will have to figure out some way of getting out of it. It's not a straightforward. You can see here the individual here is looking a bit sheepish, and it looks like they're trying to come out of like a window, and they're like enough. There are a number of swords on his back that he's holding, so it looks like it's pretty clunky, but maybe something to do with Aquarians, or something to do, I mean, you will know whoever this is what it is, where you feel like you've been cornered. But on the other hand, to match that, there seems to be something which shows that if you do, and the High Priestess is in the center of your reading, it's a card which is talking about how the High Priestess and the intuition, and if you listen to your higher intuition, you have the ability to be recognized, and there are blessings due to you that are coming to you from the Star card right here. And it looks, even for the people in, I think this may be one or two different channels of. For people who I'm channeling this message, I think that there may be a person who has the ability to become famous even as a musician, and maybe singing like some softer, uh, more soothing, for some reason, soothing music. Uh, what else am I getting here? I'm going to take some clarifier for the Seven of Swords for sure. All the other cards now are looking like pretty good. Clarifier for the Seven of Swords for Virgos. Yeah, I don't know. It coming, the Nine of Swords coming out like this means that it's like, I don't think you need to worry too much about something. The situation that was at was going to be problematic or would worry you seems to be something that can be in some way be subsided, and there should be no more cause for concern. That's what I'm getting from uh, the cards over here. Let's see. I'm going to look and see what else is coming up in this reading. This I don't, either it's you or it's someone who is your partner, where there seems to be one of them. This would be more on the love angle, but it's like as if someone is wanting to be there to offer no, some kind of gift to a person who may be a Virgo, and that person could be of the same sign or in some way have similar traits to the person, to the Virgo person, or maybe the Virgo person wants to give something to someone, and the person I mean, the person that will be indicated in this would be someone who has a very highly spiritual, uh, is definitely doing some kind of ascension work, and seems to be in a place where they know they have they're in the know of some kind of thing. And the the if the one of the energies in this is naturally more gifted and maybe at like a slightly higher level of attainment in their spiritual practice, and the other person is not really that far like behind, but that person seems to have a lot of uh, responsibilities, and anything that may have been an indecision from the person who has the responsibilities is coming because there may be uh, some men who have to look after a family or children. That's what's coming to me when I look at these cards. And there's something about the person who may be giving the money or come with an offer, financial offer of some kind, maybe even to a person who to invest in them as people who are musicians or in the music business. Or maybe even not only musicians or music business, it could be in the opening of like maybe a bar or a place where they would be able to play music in a band or something, and they are not going to have to worry about playing only in uh, like their it's like not in their father's garage like practicing anymore. There seems to be something where they're going to go out and have the ability to be seen. And uh, I can't help but see this card. The traditional meaning of the Seven of Swords is quite bleak. But I also see this as a card which is showing us that there seems to be something where this person is emerging and it looks like they're coming out of some kind of cramped space. And they're trying to come into this room. Or maybe they're trying to go out. They're trying to probably leave a place and go out. And this is very visually similar to the energy of the people in that wagon when I saw the story coming out in some way. And I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think this is looking like a fairly good reading. You will know of what the changes are or what the situation has been in by the time we come to another few days around the full moon in Libra. But let's take out some oracle cards to see what the oracle has to give in terms of guidance. We're working with the oracle of the unicorns. Yeah, there's someone dancing here. This is definitely a card of like celebration, and there could be a celebration here. All these three have a huge amount of figures, and the it could even be a person who's in the performing arts, who is either if it's two, if it's a same-sex couple, then they would probably be one of them into some kind of practice, maybe a Reiki practitioner or like maybe even a shaman, and a person who is doing some kind of performing art, music, or dancing. And if it's a heterosexual couple, it would be someone who is maybe very financially savvy. So from the one of the energies could be someone who's in the money business or doing something to do with children, and another person who could be maybe like a person who's like doing massage, or like what's coming to me is like making organic food, or in some way like a healthy food product, or juicing, or something like that, or maybe they like that. So this is like indicative of the people that you could see who would be getting together. And definitely there's luck surrounding this. So if there is anything or any auditions or anything, I hope you all know that this is a good time for you to see like the wheel of fortune turn in your favor. I'm going to take out a card from here. It's exactly this card. What do you know? Celebration. A positive outcome is assured. Celebrate your success, enjoy your achievements. I see this as a very good reading, and it's a reading which is telling me you're going to come out of the rut, you're going to move, frequency is going to change, something new is coming in your life. Vibrationally, it will be very fun, which is exactly what the celebration card coming to us twice is showing us. That go out, have fun, and see that it is time for you all to actually have an easy time, and eh, know that sometimes the universe is working in your favor, and actually this is your time to go forward and like have a ball. So I have one more oracle that I'm going to pick out, and let's see what the guidance is on this. I love this, and it's like exactly the card here, which is definitely indicative of the reading where there is a positive outcome. This is a positive outcome, and this is a celebration. So you guys are like, it's just been reconfirmed, and I just love when that happens. I know that karma does not mean suffering or punishment. You are here to learn, not to suffer. Karma is the result of your past actions, allowing you to learn and grow. So, what I'm thinking is, I think you may have paid your karma out, and this is the time to harness your dividends. That's what it's showing me. So, while we have probably had to do a lot and been had to give a lot in what we term as under what we term as karma, I think that there's also good karma, and this is your time to see that things can suddenly miraculously, literally miraculously go your way, because you will work with intuition, you will know where to go, you will know what to do, and I think things are just going to open up for you. I'm very excited, Virgos, for you. I'm going to stop this reading right here because I'm really like excited, and I have to go and tell a Virgo that this is what came out for them. But all the best. I hope maybe some of you can actually, if you're still listening, will put a comment about something that you have which may work out in your favor, which you didn't even think possible, or maybe what the outcome was after about a week of something new happening. But all the best. Have a great time, and it's going to be your time to be under the stars. So, all the best, and see you next month.